Hello. I'm Charley. I'm a musician, worship leader, songwriter, and recording artist. I've been doing that for a little over a decade now. I probably should have scripted this. I make YouTube videos, and I have also done that for about a decade now. Wow, holy moly. If you're watching this right now and you do know who I am, hello again. Good to see you. My camera's only giving me 29 minutes allowance. That's great. This video comes to you in two parts. One, where I've been. Two, where I'm going. Firstly, where I've been. Real quick, yeah, so you might be able to notice how stiff I am and really nervous in the first portion of this video. Just letting you know, if you stick it out to the end, I get a lot more relaxed, okay? Okay. I have taken a 6-month hiatus. I feel like I owe you an apology. I have not been on social media or have created anything and posted it publicly for you for about 6 months. I'm not sorry for taking a 6-month break. What I'm sorry for is not telling you about it. Hey, Editing Charley here. Just want you to know this video that you're watching is not the full extended version. I go into much greater detail in the video on my Patreon page as to why I was gone for so long, and yeah, in this video I keep it pretty short and sweet to the point. Just letting you know. So 2020, right? Can you say COVID on YouTube? Do they like flag you for that? Due to the possibility of my husband and myself being asymptomatic carriers of the 2020 virus, we chose to quarantine away from family in another state. Around this same time is when, sorry about that. The murder and trials of Breonna Taylor and George Floyd and many others. Being in the creative space, I felt this enormous weight to speak up and to speak out. I felt a pressure to say something about what was going on without any kind of accountability as to whether or not I really understand what I'm saying about what's going on. And I wasn't okay with that. So I left social media. Just because I stopped posting things publicly doesn't mean that I just stopped communicating. I started really observing my interactions with strangers and with friends, particularly with people that don't look like me. Say that I'm with you and I care. And I just didn't feel as if the best way to do that was through an Instagram post. Nothing against and no shame towards anyone that did speak out during that time and raised awareness in those ways. I just didn't. At least on social media. This whole thing is gonna sound as if like I'm shaming social media. Please just watch to the end because you'll see that I'm not. My video stopped recording. That means I have 30 minutes of footage to edit. So far. When I was making videos, I was getting into rhythms and systems and was really proud of what I was making. Things were going fine. I did a couple of live streams. I made Dalgona. I was really having a hard time continuing to encourage myself and motivate myself to keep making things that I enjoy, even if it seems as if nobody cares. I stopped making things because I thought it didn't matter anymore. I became overly obsessed with equating my worth and success with how many people were watching. And that's not cool. I wrote a song in this gap of time, kind of describing what I was feeling, and it's so depressing. Oh, it's so depressing. You should listen to it. So that happened. I love making things, so I'm gonna. And that actually brings me to the third reason why you haven't seen me. I'm a worship pastor now. Yeah, so late spring into summer of 2020, I received an email from a church. Several interviews later and a trip to the city, I was hired in the middle of a pandemic. My everyday job involves all the things that I love, and what I do now day to day is for a much higher calling than enough views, and that feels really great. It's been a lot, but it's been so overwhelmingly fulfilling. Hey, what's up?
Ooh, look at the rings on my glasses.
This is that husband I was talking about.
Here I am. Oh, and more importantly than me.
The family. Part 2. where I'm going. For both my 27th birthday gift and a New Year's gift, I've decided to give back to myself the freedom to create things again, productively and efficiently. So here's what I'm gonna do. Every Thursday at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. When did you say that was? Central Standard Time. You can catch one of 3 different things from yours truly. The first of those things will be what I'm calling coffee breaks. I mean, it's on brand. And you know what else is on brand is how I can manage to get a crumb stuck in my hair for the entire duration of this video. Yeah, we see it. We all see it. Let me explain. During the hiring process of my new job, I realized something, and it's something that truly revolutionized and shifted the way that I look at creative work. The position that I was being offered includes a sabbatical, a break, every 7 years. And then it hit me, in order to serve others well or to effectively impact other people's lives, sometimes it's necessary to just stop, breathe, maybe make a dalgona coffee. Everyone just needs a little break every once in a while. And that's exactly what I'm inviting you to do with me. The first and third Thursday of every month will be coffee breaks. I'm going live. It's about a 20-minute window of time where we get to hang out with each other. I'll give you one cover song, one original song, one request, more on that in a second, and just some chat, just some hanging out. You know, we're having coffee. We're just having coffee. The request part is gonna be really fun. So as a musician, I get requests all the time. Sometimes it's my own songs, it shows. It makes me sound like more of a rock star than I am, but it does happen. Regardless, I'm giving you the opportunity to fill in your requests anytime, literally anytime. There's a link in this video description where you can fill out your request that you want me to play on coffee breaks. It's gonna be great. I'm really excited about it. Coffee, tea, whatever you want, just bring it. Have it with me. So that'll be happening twice a month. The first Thursday and the third Thursday. The other 2 Thursdays, a video of mine that I created goes live at noon. Central Standard Time. The first of which is technically the second Thursday. I don't mean to confuse you. I'm sorry if you're confused. The second Thursday at noon, every single month, you will get a Backvlog. So the story behind Backvlogs is I have this bad habit. I have a problem. Okay, listen. I hoard content. I hoard it. I stuff it away like a little chipmunk. I make it, I find it, I curate it, and I stuff it away. And it stays there, just rotting in the tree. It's called Backvlogs because it's a backlog of footage. Like way back. I'm talking like years. It's a lot. As I said before, I love to vlog. I love traveling, carrying a camera with me, and people looking at me funny because I'm holding it wrong, probably. And I love editing it and showing you all the cool places that there are to visit in the world. But here's the thing. You know one thing I haven't really been doing a lot lately in 2020? Traveling. Yeah, traveling just hasn't been a thing lately. So that means that I've got so much footage and so much time. Would love to know that it's healthy for us and safe for us to travel soon, but it would also be great if I just publish all the stuff that I have gotten so far. And I'm excited to edit it. I edited it. The second Thursday will be Backvlog Thursday. Backlogged footage that needs to get out there, needs to get edited. It's good stuff. It was a fun time, and I want you to see it. So you're gonna see it. And lastly, the third piece of content, a cover video. I can't stop making music. I will always be a musician. I'll always be a songwriter, but I actually started here on YouTube making cover videos. Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, that is the internet in 2005, YouTube was born, and it was such a simpler time. That's where I found my fit on YouTube. That's where I first found a community. It's where I first figured out what it was like to be inspired by somebody that was like me and that wasn't famous, but still loved to make music. People like Keena Grannis, Landon Austin, and David Choi, and Lindsey Sterling. I then started looking at other creators and vloggers. Shaytards was huge then. Oh, man, I didn't mean physically. I'm sorry, Shay. Like he's watching this. Vloggers and creatives, and started branching into the micro niches of YouTube. I love it. It's got its issues. It's got its warts. I can't believe I'm saying it on the platform, but it's true, okay? I still love it, and I still love making cover videos. I am a songwriter, and please don't forget, I write original music. In fact, I have a lot of original music. One of the earliest seasons of my career was in the midst of a publishing and artist development contract with a company in Nashville, and I had a quota, I had a monthly draw, I had all the things that you have that comes with being a published songwriter or associated and represented by a company, and clocking in, writing a song, writing another one, clocking out. I've written a lot of songs and a lot of them are really cool. And I'm proud of my catalog, and I don't want that to be forgotten. And I think a lot of people don't really realize that because they see the cover videos. So if you are watching this, know that my shows are 90% my original music. If you want to see that, first and foremost, come to a show. Tour schedule's linked in the description. But I also do the covers thing too, and it's really fun. I'm gonna keep doing it. So, first Thursday, coffee break. Second Thursday, Backvlog. Third Thursday, coffee break. Fourth Thursday, cover video. Fifth Thursday, there's a couple of those in there. I don't know. I'll probably read, maybe garden some. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Yeah, I might put something out there, I might not. I'm doing this to, like I said, give back to me and start implementing a lot more healthier mental habits. And I'm hoping that this will be a great way to do that whilst making stuff. Because making stuff is fun. It's so fun. Especially when it serves other people. On that note, Struthless here on YouTube, a couple of his videos have really inspired me and just made me want to get back on the saddle. Which is funny when I say because I ride horses. Horse girl. He's this dude from Australia. He's an animator, filmmaker, really cool guy. I think he also maybe makes music. I can't remember. He does a bunch of stuff. He also does these Venn diagrams. You've probably seen them. They're super fun. Is he a Kiwi? Is he from New Zealand? From Australia. Struthless, where are you from again? I've gained a lot of value from the vulnerability that he's really just given to all of us to see. He gave himself a New Year's resolution. I think it was either the beginning of this year or last year to get sober. Or as he says it, to get sober. And he blended this new habit he was trying to create for himself with content creation. It took a lot of guts. I admire him for it. Essentially, he told his audience, hey, if you don't see a video from me, it means I fell off the wagon. Help. I'm sorry. That was probably a terrible accent. Anytime he feels the urge to fall off the wagon, he's gonna make a video. And that's awesome. And you know what's even cooler about that? You're not gonna be perfect. It's not going to wind up the way that you probably think it is, but you do it anyway and you try. I think that's what it really comes down to, is getting back to trying and not caring whether or not someone comes in and says, hey, you did a bad job, you're failing. Because what do they know? In closing, I'm sorry for not telling you why I disappeared. I'm not sorry for disappearing, but I am sorry for not telling you why. As a gift to myself, I'm showing back up again, and it's gonna be sustainable and it's gonna be consistent. If I need to shift something in order to keep it consistent and sustainable, then I will. The other whole entity about this that I'm not gonna share a lot in this video is my Patreon. You think this is real? Shoot. You should go see my Patreon. Patreon is a place where creators like myself can receive support from patrons like you to create things. It's as simple as that. It's kind of like a crowdfunding situation, but it's done in small increments. For as low as $1 a month, you can be a patron of your favorite creators. I have some amazing patrons. I still have full intentions on staying on a membership-based platform because the kind of relationships that I've created from that, they are just priceless, and they're the reason I do this. The reason I create things is to connect with other people and form those kinds of relationships and friendships. And without that, I'm serving only myself. So that's still gonna be a thing. However, it's probably gonna shift a lot. That sabbatical that I told you about and that break, that included live streams on Patreon and everything that I normally do with them, things like letters, all that stuff. I took a break from it all. If you want to be a part of that conversation, I suggest you check out the Patreon page in the description. I want to leave you with this. There's this ongoing dialogue that happens between folks in places like Nashville and other thriving music scenes, or even creative areas, places where entrepreneurs are thriving and failing and starting and crashing and, you know, just doing the thing. And that dialogue normally goes something like, dude, so did you hear that kind of placement that so-and-so got? Yeah, she's so lucky. She's arrived. If only I could just get a publishing deal, then I will have arrived. Man, I just know it in my gut. If I just book an international tour, I will have arrived. Everyone is just trying to arrive. But one person's version of arriving is going to be totally different than the next person's version of arriving. And you know what I have to say about all of that? You are always arriving. As long as you are striving to be a better version of yourself tomorrow than you were today and are following a greater purpose, you, my friend, are always arriving. I've even experienced this same internal dialogue with myself over the course of my entire career. I can think back on things that I've said to myself, benchmarks I made, whether consciously or subconsciously, and I put this label on the step as if like, when I get here, everything will be fine. I will have made it. Sure enough, as soon as I arrived to this first benchmark, this first level of success, I've simultaneously made another benchmark for myself, leaving no time in between to celebrate how far I've come. That gets old. I've thought a lot about this, and I've heard this throughout my entire professional career by thousands of people, most of which are in my immediate circle. And I'm kind of tired of everybody subscribing to it. Making it is an ongoing process because making it is solely dependent upon the difference that's made when you get there, right? Well, if that's true, I don't want to stop making a difference in either my own life or others' lives anytime. I want to be on an ongoing, continuous journey of making a difference in somebody's life or my own and never stop. I want to be always arriving. I'm gonna leave it at that. So I hope you'll join me on all of these wonderful adventures that are to come in 2021. And the great thing about all of this stuff is this is just the baseline. These are the things that I want to be making for myself on a consistent basis so that no matter what, even if I am doing just my baseline, these things are being put out. Make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell notification icon if you want to be notified for when something drops on this YouTube channel, which you know will probably be a Thursday at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. And lastly, if you want to be notified of these things on a much more personal level from yours truly instead of your YouTube app, you're going to want to check out Charley's Angels. It's my email community. The link to that is in the description below, along with the link to my Patreon page where you can support me and be a part of the creative team to help make these things actually happen this coming year. All that being said, I'm Charley. Keep making, keep arriving, and I'll see you next time.